Hello,
And welcome to the Washington Center.
your Center for the Performing Arts in Olympia, Washington.
I'm Chad Carpenter,
And I'm Lauren O'Neill.
and we'd like to show you what's inside.
Volunteers are needed for many roles at the Washington Center, but the two most common roles are ushers and concessionaires. You must be 16 years of age to volunteer at the center. Ushers, please arrive for your shift wearing black bottoms and white on your top. We ask you to dress in a manner appropriate for the theater. No denim or sweats, please. Closed-toed shoes with a low heel are required. Concessionaires can dress in whatever colors they like, but we remind you that you may get soiled or dirty serving concessions, and we offer aprons to wear on shift. When you arrive for your shift as a volunteer usher or concessionaire at the downtown Washington Center, you walk to the concessions counter and check in with your friendly front of house manager. You will also pick up your name tag and holder for the evening. It's as simple, it's as easy, it's as simple as that. Don't forget a flashlight. After you have your flashlight and your name tag, go ahead and just take a minute to settle yourself here at the center. Your front of house manager will give you all the details you need for the event during your Usher chat that is held about 10 minutes prior to opening the lobby doors to the public. That's where you'll find out run times, special needs, if there's any sort of special effects happening during the production, anything you need to be aware of that's out of the ordinary, and how much fun we're gonna have. Please help us to preserve the magic of theater. Show policies. Once the show begins, ushers must be constantly on the alert for problems or issues arising within the house. When the house lights go down, the theater becomes very dark, but ushers must remain alert. While they may watch portions of the event, they should not become enamored with the lights on stage, as they are responsible for patrons. Please leave theater doors closed until house lights are up. Usher placement. Ushers must stay at the back of each occupied level unless they are assisting a patron. There must be at least one usher at all times at the main entry doors to your seating level. Please remain alert to patrons that leave the house and assist them with the doors and seating once they have returned. Should a patron not return in a timely manner, please check the restrooms and lobby area and alert your front of house manager. Special services. Wheelchairs. Both the Washington Center downtown and the Kenneth J. Miniert Center for the Arts at SPSCC are wheelchair accessible and have seating accommodations built into the main stage and black box venues. Please work with the box office or front of house staff to accommodate wheelchairs. Hearing devices. Washington Center for the Performing Arts downtown, main stage. An infrared hearing assist system is available. Patrons may check out hearing devices at the end of the concessions counter that work for the orchestra, loge, and mezzanine levels. Work with the box office or front of house to accommodate hearing devices. Booster seats. A limited number of booster seats are available at both the Washington Center and the Kenneth J. Miniert Center for the Arts. At the Washington Center, they can be found on the orchestra and loge seating levels. At KJM, they can be found at the back of the auditorium. Latecomer policy. The policy on latecomers seating differs from show to show. The front of house manager will tell ushers the policy for that evening during the usher chat. The standard latecomer policy states that patrons arriving after the house lights dim will not be seated until an appropriate break established in advance by the front of house manager, such as applause. If the event has sold well, Ushers will seat patrons in their ticketed seats only if the seats are easily accessible. If not, please direct the patron to an available seat at the back of their level or let them stand until intermission.
Are you okay?
I can hear you. Can you hear me?
You're very faint, sir. Are you feeling all right?
I am definitely feeling all right.
Great. Somebody will be with you shortly. Thanks. Should anything go wrong and somebody should become trapped in the elevator, they'll be able to turn on the elevator intercom and speak with you.
Can you hear me okay?
Do you have enough water and oxygen for 3 days?
I feel okay in here. Life is okay.
Good news. Go ahead and contact your front of house manager because they're going to want to call the fire department.
This area is called the glass art area, also where the glass art bar can normally be found. These are your ADA accessible restrooms.
You can also find a fire extinguisher and glow sticks in this alcove. We ask that you flip signs so this side is facing the lobby when we open to the public. When we open the auditorium for seating, we ask that you flip the sign, Theater Etiquette, side forward. This has many helpful reminders for our patrons who can read. Welcome to the orchestra level of the main auditorium. I'm here in L row, which is our ADA accessible row. We're able to move the seats in and out to accommodate our patrons' needs. Sir,
Yes?
may I see your ticket?
Oh, absolutely.
Just as I thought. Your seat is not in this row, and I need the seat for another patron. May I show you to your seat?
Certainly.
Your front of house manager will instruct you on how to handle special seating in the L row section. You may see this row being used for wheelchairs, scooters, seated walkers, service animals, etc. Seating for ushers and concessionaires. Seating is available for ushers and concessionaires during performances on the white stools only for the orchestra and loge levels, mezzanine or balcony levels. Ushers and concessionaires are able to take a theater seat behind ticketed patrons. We ask that ushers on each level work out a rotation system should somebody need to sit down so that no one is sitting for the entire performance. Camera, video, and audio policy. Much like the latecomer policy, the audio-video policy varies from show to show. The front of house manager will tell the ushers the event's policy during the chat. The Washington Center's standard audio-video policy forbids the use of all photo and recording equipment during any event. Flash photos especially are never allowed for safety reasons. This is to protect against copyright infringement. If an usher sees a patron using audio or video equipment, use the passive approach. Walk to the row the patron is in and simply motion for them to put the device away. If this does not work, ushers have two options: politely confront the patron or find the front of house manager.
This is the house manager's console. This is a very important area for your house managers to turn over the house to the stage crew. Technicians, this is Chad. The house is now yours.
This is the soundboard. Thank you, Chad. The house is ours. This is a giant video game that only experienced technicians may operate. Should you need anything regarding tickets or patron seating during a performance, please come to the inside box office window across from the concessions counter. Any box officer or the box office manager will be able to help you with your needs. Please do not attempt to reseat patrons or assist patrons with moving seats before you come to speak to someone in the box office. They can also reach the front of house manager if you can't find them right away. We also have a live feed monitor available on the orchestra floor, conveniently located next to the hand sanitizer station. Hi, and welcome to the merch corner at the Washington Center. All merchandise must be sold in this area unless we've made special arrangements. Your front of house manager will let you know. The reason we must sell merchandise here is because of our nonprofit tax status. It requires us to take taxable income in a specific geographic location.
There are 2 fire curtains in the Washington Center that will be deployed in the event of a fire. One runs across the front of the main stage. The second divides the lobby east to west in front of the merchandise area. These fire curtains will only be deployed if a fire is in the immediate vicinity. Disturbances and audience problems. Please prepare yourself for difficulties before, during, and after a performance. Friendliness and congeniality are especially important in difficult situations. Volunteers should keep their composure and find the front of house manager for situations they cannot or would prefer not to handle themselves. The center holds house seats, or seats that are held back from sale, throughout the theater to be able to move ticket holders to a more agreeable seat if necessary. Please direct all seating issues to the box office or your front of house manager. The Loge. The Loge level is our most popular seating level for season ticket holders and VIPs. There may be receptions held pre-show or post-show in this lobby space. Please take special note of the Board of Directors photos and founding donor board. Please make sure the donor board and lamps are turned on and that you have plenty of programs available for the Loge pre-show. On your way out, please make sure you turn the lamps and the donor board off as well.
Welcome to the elevator.
The elevator services the balcony, mezzanine, and orchestra levels. For those patrons that need to use the elevator to access the loge, you will have to...
Patrons needing the elevator to access the loge level will need to ride it up one additional floor to the mezzanine and walk down the short flight of stairs.
We simply ask that no more than 4 people use the elevator at one time.
We're so glad you could join us.
In the elevator. Welcome to the mezzanine.
The mezzanine. The mezzanine features our second live feed monitor for patrons who have come to the performance late or would like to catch some of it from the lobby area. There will also at times be a satellite bar available on the mezzanine area to serve patrons during very well sold performances. Please let your front of house manager know should you see anybody who appears overly intoxicated. We at the Washington Center do not overserve our patrons.
Meh.
Tables, chairs, and additional equipment is often stored on the balcony lobby level. ADA accessible restrooms are available downstairs on the main floor.
Fire extinguishers and glow sticks are located in the alcove.
Water fountains. Water fountains are located on the orchestra, mezzanine, and balcony levels. Post-show. The ushers are the last people to leave all levels. Please gather any programs and lost items you've found and take them to the concessions counter. The volunteers who were stationed at the theater doors should open them all for exiting patrons. When the level is clean and clear of guests, please shut your level doors, return your flashlights, name badges, and check out with your front of house manager. In some instances, volunteers may be asked to stay after the show to help with cleanup, receptions, or merchandise sales. Following this video, we will further review evacuation procedures.
Welcome to the...
Chad,
Get
come stand
out.
over here.
Get out, all the way out. Oh, there you are. Welcome to the most magnificent balcony lobby you will ever see. This is where you'll find a bunch of dirty shit stored. She sells seashells by the seashore. Nope.
Welcome to the elevator.
A little late.
Untitled Chapter. Oh, I pushed the button.
For late seaters, for latecomers and those patrons waiting out in the lobby before the show, fudge, no, not.
Ew.
All right, we're rolling.
Oh, hi. Welcome to the Loge. This is the
Thank you for, what? Go one more time. I get in my head about.
We also have a live feed monitor on the orchestra floor, conveniently located near the automatic hand sanitizer station.
We have 2 fire zones in this, because they are fire, yeah, or I'm just going to keep going so you can edit. We have 2 fire we have 2 fire curtain locations here at the Washington Center. This is one of 2 fire curtains that traps patrons in our lobby. I'm just kidding. 2 fire curtain areas in the fudge sickle.
Okay, whenever you're ready.
Welcome to the orchestra level on the main floor. I need to do that one more time.
I can be the house manager waving.
Take 2. Yes. And that was a piece of Can I just re-record that part? Mama? Mama? Okay. Help! That was terrible. I want to... Okay, we're gonna do one more of those.
There's always something.
Okay, there it is. Outtake.
Chad.
One more. Okay, thank you, Michelle.
A cheesy one.
Wet sign floor. Wet. We recommend that no more than 4 people ride the elevator at one time.
4? Let's get 6.